drinks out of the way for the big night, yeah? Yes, firstly, thank you everyone for coming. I really appreciate your effort in coming to see exactly what this event is going to be about, giving me an opportunity to speak to you in person. I've spoken to quite a few over the last few weeks in terms of what we've got planned, how we hope to sort of deliver on the night. Not myself personally, but the lads that are sitting alongside me. It's really important that you know a little bit more about what these lads have committed to, the work and the effort they've put in, the professionalism and the commitment that they've made, not just to help others, but also to work as a team, reconnected as ex-footballers. I think you can hear from sitting in here exactly what sort of characters we've got next door, the camaraderie that the lads have, old stories, reminiscing. But obviously, we know that it's just around the corner. We've got fight night, so there is an element of seriousness to that. I won't introduce the lads individually. I'll leave that to the host. And I think we will talk about the bouts. The lads actually don't know the order of the fights just yet, but they will do in minutes to come. But just before I sort of close off and hand it over, if you can give us as much help as you possibly can for the event in terms of trying to raise as much money. We need your help and we need your support. We need you to really push this event as much as you can. I know some of you have got really powerful platforms. Some of you are sort of more mainstream. But yeah, on behalf of everyone sitting here, to make this a big success, it's not about the result in the ring. It's about the one outside of it. And that is going to be raising hundreds of thousands of pounds. So I would really appreciate if you could give this a massive push. If people would like to book tickets up, book tables up, there's tickets and tables still available. If you could head to proprojectpromotions.com. There is also the ability to donate as well. So if anyone can't make the event, but would be happy to donate, I'd be extremely grateful for that. I'm now going to pass you over to Ollie, if you'd like to come forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming along to this press conference. Very exciting, as Graham says. It certainly will be a night to remember, and I just want to echo his words that this is all for a fantastic cause, and everyone here is putting their all into it, and we're all very, very excited. Right, without further ado, as Graham mentioned, the fight card is yet to be announced. These guys know who they're fighting, but they don't know which order it's going to be on the night. So as I read out this card, I'll be introducing them one by one as well. But here we go. This is the big moment. This is when you will find out what time you will be fighting on this huge night. It's 3 rounds of 2 minutes each. And fight number 1, we'll see Paddy Kenny take on Cutis Davies.
So just quickly, Paddy Kenny is unwell.
He don't fancy it.
I got a message this morning.
He don't want it.
Cutis has straight away told me that his bottle's gone.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't surprise me if we need to get a replacement. So Paddy's assured me that he is fully fit. He's just slightly unwell. So just to put that one at rest, Cutis is right up for it.
Yeah, we'll ask Cutis about that in just a moment. Fight 2, we'll see David Nobel take on Leroy Lita. Fight number 3 sees Lee Trundle take on Antony Gardner. Fight 4, before the main event, we'll see Marvin Elliott take on Greg Halford. And then the main event of the evening, David Bentley, trained by Kevin Mitchell, will take on Jody Morris, trained by Darren Barker. We are very much looking forward to that. But there's only one place to start, isn't there? Cutis. Cutis. Your opponent, Paddy Kenny, says he's unwell. First question for you, do you buy that?
Nah. Coincidence, isn't it? That he's been sending all these pictures in the group of his training and all that, and all of a sudden when he needs to come down and go face to face, he don't fancy it. But listen, it's all about training hard, working hard. We've all, what we spoke about there, that new challenge of being a retired footballer, having something that you can grasp onto. You know, we spoke about earlier saying, if there's a charity football match, we'll do a couple of runs. Yeah, I'll be fit for that. Whereas this, we've all gone hammer and tong. We've all tried to do it properly. We've all got proper coaches, all gone and had our heads jabbed off by pros and stuff like that just to get prepared for a fight. So, yeah, we're all taking it seriously, and ultimately we all want to win. Like, we're competitors. We're here for the charities. Yes, we want to make as much money for charity, and that's why we're putting ourselves into these positions to obviously, like I say, maybe embarrass ourselves or maybe not, but all in the name of charity. But all of us want to win, and yeah, I want to win on the night.
Talk to me about that sparring. What was it like when you hit for the first time hard, flush? You know, what's that like? Because obviously you've been through so much training as a footballer, but nothing really can prepare you for that kind of moment.
I've been a dopey centre half all my career, so I've had knocks on the head, I've had broken noses, all sorts. So in terms of the bravery side of it and putting your head where you shouldn't, I probably have got. But there's still a side of it where you get hit and you don't react. Because, you know, as much as I've been hit with elbows and stuff like that, you know, you don't get up and chin someone and go mad on the football pitch. Obviously, in the boxing ring, you can technically do that, but you don't want to lose your cool. You want to keep calm. You want to stay in your zone and stay with what your trainers have told you. So I think the most pleasing thing is I've not been reactive when I train. But at the same time, when you are getting your head picked off by a pro that's 9-0, it is quite daunting. But yeah, sometimes when you land a shot, it gives you that extra confidence as well, though.
When it comes to Paddy, he's used to wearing a different kind of pair of gloves. But what kind of threat do you think he's going to bring on the night? What are you looking out for?
Paddy's tough. He's tough. I think he'll probably be coming in the ring heavier than me as well. He's doing really well with his training, to be fair to him. But he's lost a bit, but he's probably still going to be coming in heavier than me. I think what I expect from him is he's a bulldog, really. I think he's going to go hammer and tong. He's like I say, he's a tough guy, tough Yorkshireman. But I'm from East London, so I don't really care where he's from. So yeah, I'm just concentrating on myself. You know, I'll have certain tactics on the night. Sometimes the tactics go out the window because, as they say, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. Hopefully, I don't get punched in the face and I can stay cool and and get the win.
Just finally.
He's that confident. He's called out Rooney this way.
Yeah.
I think he's thinking like he'll tidy up.
He's looked past me already. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what he's done.
He said it was a warm-up fight.
Yeah.
Does that mean we could see Davies v Rooney if you win?
Oh no, I wouldn't fight Wazza. No, forget that. No, but listen, I think with Paddy calling out Rooney, yeah, you never know if Wayne wants to come out. I'm sure that would raise a lot of money for the charity. So why not? But yeah, I don't like the fact he's looked past me. He's already calling out Wazza. But yeah, for me, like I say, just about winning and getting the job done.
And you're going to be first on the night. You've heard that news just now. How do you feel about that?
I think at least I'll be ready for the after party. So that's one good thing. But yeah, it's one of those. We're going to have to set the standard. We're going to be the ones to step out there and lay the marker, really. So there's a lot of responsibility on us to make sure that the people are entertained. And hopefully I entertain the people by getting Paddy out of there.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Well, good luck on the night. I'm going to move on to fight number 2, David Nobel against Leroy Lita. Let me come and find you, David. Second on the night. First, your reaction to that news. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that, to be fair. First one's a bit daunting. You don't know what to expect. So, like Curtis says, I can have a watch of that first one and see if I need to improve it or try and get up to that standard.
And you're taking on Leroy.
Again,
how are you feeling about that?
Is he here, Leroy?
Leroy's not. He's on a course, actually. Move your mic knobs a little bit.
No,
Yeah, Leach is on a course. He apologised on the way down. He just said he'd be unable to make it today. But he's not running scared, Nobes, I can assure you.
Well, Pete, I mean, we've already had a change of fighters. I don't know if people know about that. And people are saying I've drawn the short straw. He's got a bit of combat experience in the past. But
Yeah.
different discipline, so we'll see in the boxing.
What's the game plan then for you when you're coming up against someone like
Survive.
Leroy?
Hear that final bell.
Is it outworking him? Is it moving around the ring?
It's not that big a ring, is it?
16-foot ring. So it's
foot,
actually
so
it's an
no.
18-foot ring. It's a bigger ring than what we originally had in mind. It's an 18-foot ring, so it's quite a big one. So if you want to run, you can.
Does that work in your favour, Nobes, do you think?
He's probably quicker than me anyway. No, we'll see.
And how have you found the training and everything? We'll just speak to Cutis there. Obviously, you know, when it's football and something you're used to, this is completely different.
That's the bit. that's the bit. It's totally foreign to most of us. It's something you've never done before. You like to fancy yourself. Everybody does. Football's a sport that everybody thinks they can play football. Everybody's shouting at the telly. Well, boxing's exactly the same. You're watching a fight and you're picking a fighter and you're asking, why is he? Come on, what's the matter? Get after him. And until you step in that ring, you understand what they're going through.
What's your prediction for your own fight then? Come on.
Oh,
How confident are you?
Nobel win, 100%.
I love that. Love to hear that. Right, following you, Mr. Lee Trundle, who will be, of course, taking on Antony Gardner. Lee, you're looking in incredible shape, mate. I've got to say, everyone when we
all said that.
yeah. The training seems to be going pretty well, mate.
Yeah, well, I still play myself. I still play in the Welsh League semi-pro, so I'm still in with me football. And then once Stacky got in touch with me about the boxing, I got straight in. I'm fighting out at Bonnie Mine Gym, Enzo Macronelli, and I've been in every single day with him, well, Monday to Friday. And I've had one drink, so I've changed my diet right round. So I think something like this as well, as you say, you go into a football game and we can get away with it in a football game. You can, I could just go nutmeg 7 people, roll it around my shoulders and score. But in boxing, you can get hurt in it. And, fighting Antony as well, he's a big, strong lad. So I just wanted to do everything right. So when I do get into them times where I'm feeling tired, I know in myself that I've done everything right and I can just power on.
How have you actually found that, doing the boxing training every single day whilst still playing as well?
Yeah, I felt so. Obviously, it's only part-time with the playing. And, beforehand, I've thought, well, I could have a fight, I'll be all right. I thought if I could just get in a ring, but as soon as I went in that gym on the first day, and I thought if I would have never, I thought I might have been just all right getting in. If I wouldn't have went in that gym, I would have been finished, because it's a completely different discipline, completely different skills. It's not just about being able to throw, it's about movement, cutting the ring off, coming in and out of distance and stuff. So for something like this off me, I've really enjoyed the training. It's something that I will carry on as well when I've finished the fight as well. As I say, fitness-wise, I'm 7 kilos down to what I was. So, it's been really enjoyable. And as you say, testing yourself against these. I've always had respect for boxers and fighters, because you know how hard it is. But until you get in yourself and start with the training, because I've been someone who, if I go out and play football, I was never ever nervous before any game. I just wanted to get out and enjoy it. Where before my first spar that morning, I was really nervous. I felt like, because you're going in to have a fight with someone, you're going in against boxers as well, so you don't know how they're going to be with you. Although the boxers have done really well and looked after me, even though you're still getting hit, they're still looking after us and moving us about. But it's been brilliant and I've really enjoyed it.
How tough has Enzo been as a trainer? And was it from minute one as well?
Oh yeah, well I've known Enzo since 2003, so I've known him as a mate, and the lads were the lads who've been involved in boxing would know him personally as well, and they know what he's about, and he's someone who doesn't cut corners. If you go to his gym, it's a proper old school gym. It's bags, ring, there's no weights, there's nothing like that, so you're doing everything like old school, but he's someone who is on you all the time. I can't say what he says to you when I start slowing down on the pads or in spars and stuff, but he really gets on to me and he pushes you on as a trainer.
Just finally, you've got a message for your opponent, Antony Gardner. I'm about to speak to him.
Yeah, listen, it's going to be a good fight. You see the stamp of Antony, he's a big, strong lad. So I think it will be a really tough fight, and something that I'm looking forward to.
Fantastic stuff. Well, good luck to you, Lee. Antony, I'm going to come and find you.
Yeah,
Got to come and find you. I guess my first question for you, you've just talked about the shape that Lee Trundle's in. He's lost 7 kilos.
Yeah.
Were you expecting that?
I knew he'd come in big. I was thinking to myself when I walked in, was he getting like double supplements or what? Because because the size of his shoulders and his arm, he's a strong boy. I've always known that Lee's a strong boy.
Is this you calling for a drug test?
I was just saying, am I fighting Trundle or Drago here? What's going on? But yeah, I'm looking forward to the fight. It's got me focused, back in the gym, feeling good, moving well, and just enjoying the sport of boxing. Always been a big fan of it. Over the years, it's one of the sports that I've really thought to myself, yeah, when I stop, I'd like to get involved, get in the ring and feel what it's like to be in that environment. And luckily enough, I had the chance. Yeah, going to have the chance to do that.
And which gym have you been training at? How's that all gone for you?
I've been training with Ross Birkinshaw, 2 coaches, Ross Birkinshaw, because he's quite local to where I live, and Dave Caldwell as well. Me and Greg have been doing some sparring up with Dave Caldwell. which has been fun. The first time I did some sparring was quite an eye opener. The lungs were feeling it, gassing a little bit. We actually watched. I think there were two pros, young lads, like when they just turned pro now, and the way they were going at their spar was nothing like the way we were going at it. But the energy and the grit that they had it was amazing to watch. So it kind of was inspiring for us to then go in and after them and give it a go ourselves, and we had a good go at it. Struggling after, and I said to the boys, I've got a newfound respect for boxers. I had big respect for you, but after the initial spar, it was just like, wow.
You've got your opponent down the other end. If you want to get in his head a bit, what are your strengths as a boxer? What are you going to be bringing to the table, do you think?
Everyone can see my size, my height. I'm quite rangy. Got a bit of a jab on me. Don't want to give too much away. Like, I think because he's that into it, he'll be studying tonight. Like if I say too much, like, but I can move. I'm a bit of a dancer, like, so my feet movements is decent, like, so yeah.
So after this, strictly, do you think? Yeah.
maybe so. So.
Great stuff. I'm very much looking forward to that fight. Let's move on then, shall we, to fight number 4. Mr. Greg Halford, you'll be taking on Marvin Elliott. Greg, as a player, you never liked to scrap, really, did you? Not really? That wasn't really your thing?
No, I stayed away from the trouble. Yeah, I stayed away from the trouble. No, obviously, me and Marv played against each other a lot, so I kind of know what type of player he is, sort of gritty, hard-working, so I expect nothing less than that in the ring.
And how's it been throwing yourself into this kind of environment? Very different to football training, as we've said. How you find the process of it all?
Tough. It's hard work. Again, all the lads have said newfound respect for all the boxers out there and whoever steps into that ring. It is tough and it's completely different to football. The fitness levels you have to be to get to the stand where you want to go in boxing is just a different level to football.
And you found out, obviously, today that you will be on before the main event. Does that add a bit of pressure to it all?
No, not really. Not really. We all knew we were going to be fighting, so it didn't really matter when it was coming. I can't wait to get in there and from the ring walk to stepping in the ring to fighting, I can't wait for it.
Got a special ring walk planned? Gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, wait and see.
Oh, looking forward to that. Let's chat to Marvin then, shall we? Marvin, looking forward to it?
Oh, I can't wait. We're really, really looking forward to it. I mean, when Stacky called me probably about 3 months ago now, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. He told me it was for charity. Even before he said it was boxing, I said, yeah, I'm in. And then I didn't really think too much about it. And then probably about 6 to 8 weeks ago, I was like, oh, this is real. This is happening. I saw a few of the boys training and I was like, okay, I probably should start training as well. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
I love that before you even knew it was boxing, before you knew what you were getting into, you were straight in for it.
Yeah, I mean, we're all going to talk about boxing. I think we're here first and foremost to raise money for charity. That's why we're here. Okay, so that's first and foremost, but yeah, but boxing second.
When you found out you were fighting Greg, like he said, you guys played against each other. Were you immediately thinking about the kind of battles that you had on the pitch?
Not at all. All I thought was I just need to know how tall he was because I knew he's a little bit taller than me. I wasn't even thinking about how he was as a footballer. I was just thinking that I can't get embarrassed. I got to beat him. That was it, really. I've tried to get a little bit out of him the last couple of weeks. He's quite quiet, which scares me a bit. It's hard to get a sort of move on him. So
you're more of the trash talker, would you say?
I wouldn't say I'm a trash talker, but I'm making no bones about it, what I'm doing and what I want to do. But I've been trying to get a bit out of Greg, but I can't get too much out of it.
Well, go on then. Tell us, how's it going to go?
I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I don't know how I'm going to win, but I'm looking forward to it, and I'm training hard, and yeah, I feel like I'm going to win.
What are your big strengths, do you think, as a boxer? Have you found over the last 6 to 8 weeks?
I would definitely say my endurance and my ability to take a punch from who I've been sparring with. I mean, in terms of the sparring, the boys would know. Training with pro boxers, you're like, you can't even hit them. You literally can't even hit them. So it's just that ability to take a punch and keep going. I think Cutis said it, and not lose your cool. Just to sort of focus on your tactics and not try to go out there swinging and so forth.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, you're the fight before the main event. Greg doesn't seem fazed by that. Does that add anything for you at all?
Nah, I agree with Greg. We're all here to fight. Doesn't matter if you're first or fifth.
Yeah. Well, let's move on then, shall we? To
Ollie, just quickly, the reason Bentley and Jody are last is there's no main event. They're all the main event. It's to try to keep him out of the bar as long as I possibly can. So that's why he's last.
Calm down.
I want to keep the dance floor clear for as long as possible and keep him away from the bar before there's murders.
delaying him from the after party, which is a great shout. Gentlemen, it is going to be absolutely huge. Before I speak to you, David, and to you, Jody, I want to chat to your trainers as well. Kevin, let's start with you. Obviously, you've worked with some proper fighters.
Yep.
What's it been like working with David Bentley over here?
Fucking colourful.
He loves it, don't he? Like a rainbow, isn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, he's been working hard. The first thing he come in the gym and said to me, like, I want to learn how to box. I said, Bentley, we've got 6 weeks. We've got to learn to get fit, hold your hands up, hold your shape, and get the basics really. But he's been working hard, working very well. I've had him in sparring, had a few blows to the head. He took it well. That's the main thing. When you do like the white collars, I've trained a lot of people over the years. As Dale knows, as everyone knows, that have been involved in boxing, it's quite, when you're new to it, a lot of it will go out the window. So most of it will be boiled down to how fit are they, how much do they want it. So I've worked a lot on his fitness, his boxing. He's done really well though. It's been very entertaining.
We know he likes a trip to Marbella. Was there ever any talk of warm weather training?
He was saying about Ibiza. He said about Ibiza, but I said, no, we've got to scrap Ibiza. Get you back to the old school, get you in an old school gym and get you. He said, what, we can't do Ibiza. I said, we can't fucking do Ibiza, I'm telling you.
Dave, how have you found the training? How have you found the gym?
It's tough. I mean, stepping in there, like you just said, he sent me in with a boy called Sonny Hardy. Did six sort of 3-minute rounds. And he's caught me a few times. My legs went like Michael Jackson, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's been tough.
You've done well, you've been doing really well.
Took it, didn't go down. But yeah, it's tough in the ring when you get in there. The training, obviously the fitness, Kev's been putting me through.
I find with a lot of the sports people, we're like we've all on the table, but we're quite elite sports people. We've all got that sort of drive. So if you're doing something, we all try and do it to our very best we can do it. So as in with the footballers here, we're all competitive. We're all the same sort of people. So when they do, if they put their foot to anything or they put their mind to doing something, I suppose that we're all like pretty much the same. They're all quite game, very work hard. They've got them type of factors. So it was easy to train, to be fair.
What are you expecting then from your opponent, Jody Morris?
Hell.
We've been sparring with midgets actually. We've been sparring.
Yeah, look, hey, don't. What might I expect? He'll come in when he's like he was as a player. You know, he was a talented player and a fit player, a little terrier on the pitch, wasn't he? And he's going to come into the ring and give it all. He's focused now. Look, he's got the steely eye.
Another week, we'll say other things about him another week.
Oh no, caning him well, but he'll come in. He's going to go for me probably like. And I'm going to dance around the ring like, dancing in Marbella. But yeah, movement, stick behind me jab and then sort of, give him a good item with me right hook. Yeah. Stay away from that right hook. But looking forward to it on the night. I mean, we're raising money for beautiful charities and we're stacking. It'll be a great night. Players coming back together and having a tear up. But I am very confident that I'll win the fight. Obviously, I've got a 10-minute walk-in. Everyone else has got 3 minutes, but it's 10 minutes for me. And get in the ring and dance around, box his head off, and knock him out.
Even if you don't win the fight, at least you'll win the dance-offs later.
Yeah, I've got no problem with the dance-off later.
Jody, before I come to you, Darren, how has it been? If you just make sure that microphone is in front of you as well. How's it been training with Jody?
Good. I told Jody when we first started this, I've trained about, it was 10 at the time, and then there's been 2 since. I've trained 12 white-collar fighters now. None of them are lost. So straight away, Jody, why are you sticking this pressure on me? Why are you putting this pressure on me? So, yeah, he's with a Hall of Famer white-collar coach. But, yeah, look, I echo what Marvin said and Bentley said, and this is a great cause. I am so honoured to be involved in it, be an ambassador. Stacky, well done for what you're doing, and everyone here, please get involved because it is a great cause. But the night itself is going to be special. It's going to be good. It's nice hearing the respect from the footballers giving boxing what it deserves. It is tough, it is hard. So I've got an awful lot of respect for all these footballers getting in there and doing the toughest sport in the world. It really is, though it is for charity. When that first bell goes, with them all being competitive, they're going to give it absolutely everything. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's been tough. Training's been tough. He's been pole-axing every sparring partner we put in front of him. They've not been last in the distance.
Mate, you ain't getting in my head.
I've had to stop
No
doing
chance.
pads. My hands, my elbows, shoulders are in agony. So it's been an effort. We're thinking of calling him Iron as his nickname, the Crusher, Demolition Man, something along those. So look, I hope you can get him some big protection, Bentley.
Hey, don't worry about
big egg
flamboyant,
guard.
flamboyant.
You might have to get
Stop it
Jody
with
some
that.
big gloves, but yeah, looking forward to it.
If you just pass that mic down to Jody. Jody, it sounds like this is going to be a walk in the park for you, mate, with the way that training's been going.
Yeah, he loves putting a bit of pressure on you, doesn't he? Listen, I feel like I'd just be repeating a load of things that the lads have been saying, but for me, the training side of it's been so difficult. Like even just, and I'm maybe a little bit older than some of the lads here, but even just some of the pains that you're waking up with in the morning on your wrists and all that, where they're just not used to that type of work. But yeah, it's difficult. And I think we kind of said the other day, I think when me and Dave was on Talk Sport, it's a little bit reminiscent of how pre-season used to be. You kind of knew that you was putting your body through it to then reap the rewards or the benefits at a later stage. And I definitely feel like it's probably something that everyone sitting up here that's been taking part is hoping to reap the benefits in a couple of weeks' time. And like I said, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's every time you go back into the ring, if you're sparring or you're working on new combinations, I feel like you're maybe learning and getting a little bit better than you was last time, which is obviously a good thing. So hopefully I'll keep improving. So the flamboyant dancer over there I can land a couple of punches on him.
And an honour for me as well to be opposite corner to Kevin Mitchell. I would say the greatest British boxer never to win a world title.
Mm. Yeah, here, of course, yeah, absolutely.
And he's also a lot taller than what everyone thinks. You know what I mean? He keeps digging me out for me height here. Like I've been for a few pints with him, and
Jody, like you mentioned, Davies already said he's going to have his dancing shoes on. So, how'd you go about beating him?
Well, I don't know. I saw that video where he was dancing at the race course, and I think he thinks he's a really good dancer, but I think I'd smoke him on the dance floor and all. And there's a few of my teammates here that will attest to that. Marvin, no, Stacky, seen me. Well, we could do that. We could do round 2 on the floor if you want.
He just has to land.
Yeah.
Just has to, even a glancing blow, and he'll start dancing.
Not a chance.
In all seriousness, though, as well, I mean, you've all talked about the amount of training, the amount of effort that you've all put into this, and that includes the trainers as well. Yeah. That surely, for both of you, means that winning's the only option on the night.
Yeah, and it is. I know that not every trainer's here, but I'm lucky enough to have been kind of mates with Dal for a long time now. So the effect, I suppose, of the fact of him training me is maybe not as big as it would have been if I just met him for the first time. We're talking about a middleweight champion of the world, and like I know Dal was talking about Kev, who's a mate of his, but Kev, I've been to Kev's fights. You got George Groves, I've been to his fights. James DeGale, I've been to his fights. You know what I mean? So they're all people that we absolutely look up to, and I seen Dal when he was preparing for his fights, and we was talking about it around the back there with all the lads, just talking about how they used to make weight. And I used to meet him and for a coffee or go for a bit of lunch, and he's not eating. You can see how dry he was because he was trying to make weight, and the sacrifices that boxers put their body and their themselves through to get to the level of which they get to is absolutely unbelievable. And like I said, Kev touched on it, saying that we've all played sport at a decent level, some world level, and it's just something that you have to absolutely respect, that they were good enough to get to that. But also, when you're so successful at that level, just shows that people that have made it in boxing, they've been sort of boxing from 7, 8, 9 years of age. And it's the same with us from football. But so to try and sort of improve your boxing skills and learn everything in sort of 6 to 8 weeks is extremely difficult. And like Kev said, I suppose the basics is what you're trying to learn, and you're trying to get your body prepared, and maybe the mental side of it, taking a few digs before you actually go in the ring ain't the worst thing, as you can tell by me eye.
I was going to say, yeah, was that a sparring injury there?
Yeah, I got a decent hiding that day as well, in sparring. So yeah, I was pleased I came out the other side of it, and like Dave said, not to sort of go down or stop coming forward. You know what I mean? So, and the punches that I took off this kid was, I think, miles heavier or stronger than what he's going to hit me with. So.
When you said you took on, I just saw Darren go, "Don't say that, mate." Just finally, I've heard a couple of you already as well say that actually after this, even though it's been so difficult, you want to carry on the training. Is that something you're looking to do as well, do you think?
Yeah, well, I tried to take part in some boxing training about 4 years ago, and I've done my back on the first proper session where I went into sort of doing proper sparring, and I purposely this time round when I'm going to try and get my body in better nick when I first start, because it was a shock to the system when I done it. So taking part in like the training and the kind of general fitness side of it is brilliant, and you feel like you're getting fitter. But there's an element of where I started a little bit like Trundle, where I started losing weight, and I'm like, I can't afford to lose any more weight. Obviously, he's a lot bigger than me. So
making excuses already. Come,
you take that
all right,
fitness
son,
side.
you've got a bad back, and you're taking a few digs.
No, listen, you take the fitness side of it, but you're going. You also, like the lads are saying, you want to make sure your protein shakes and your creatine, and thankfully they've been kicking in of late, as Darryl was saying, like the power and the punches have been going through the roof.
Oh.
That's better, mate. That's better. Oh, brilliant stuff. I just want to get a last word from Graham. If you could pass the mic back down. Graham, having spoken to all of these fighters, I think the main thing that comes across is actually the commitment that all of these lads are putting in, and that will to win.
Yeah, look, absolutely. I mean, look, most of us here, if not all of us, are dads, parents, kids got school runs. Some of us work full-time, juggling jobs, juggling family, while trying to find the time to commit to training, morning runs, evening runs, sparring, gym sessions. You know, so that's a huge commitment. That's time away from your family, which is, you know, I haven't spoke to the lads. I think one or two of their missus is sort of looking to file for divorce at the minute because they're just not at home. But I think ultimately partners and family can probably see the benefits that they're probably getting out of it. And sort of the long-term gains from that. So, look, I couldn't be prouder. Look, this was something that started off for me. That was, I was guilty of being lazy and trying to find something to sort of have a bit of a focus on, and maybe try and find some structure. So, this is one thing that I found that was going to help me massively. It just so happens that I've, you know, got a load of other people that have come on this journey with me now, and this is something that I want to continue doing now for years and years to come. I've said before, I'm not a boxing promoter. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to put a group of people together, a lot of great people, to raise a lot of money. And look, we've got plans, you know, all going well this time round. I'd like to go up to Liverpool in April or May. I'd like to get 10 Northern-based fighters to put on a show up in Liverpool, and then return back in here next October and have 10 of the best. So this is something I'm looking to do. Look, hopefully the boys that I've got sat here now will come out the other side, and just, you know, the adulation on fight night, where, you know, win or lose. I've been told by both Bucks and Kev that there's no better feeling than getting in the ring. It's probably the closest these boys are going to get to scoring a goal, or in Paddy's case, saving a penalty, because, you know, you lose that. You know, you lose. You know, people tend not to pick the phone up anymore, or you're no longer a superstar when you're walking down a local high street. But I think this would give the boys a bit of a lift. I can see that there's definitely a buzz. If you're in a changing room, pretty similar to being in there, where you've got sort of 8, 9, 10 lads around you that, you know, that want to win. I think it's going to be a cracking night. It really will be. And obviously, once again, just, you know, I can't thank the lads, trainers, world superstars. You know, put up their time. You know, not just these two sitting here. You know, Dave Coldwell, George Groves. You know, they've all committed in helping us. So that's a massive, massive thing for me moving forward. And obviously, you know, thank you to them.
And just finally, of course, you know, boxing a massive part of the night, but what an occasion we've got. 3-course meal. Alfie Bow is going to be performing. There's the after party. David Bentley's going to show off his moonwalk. Just speak about it as the occasion, of course, the cause that we're all here for as well.
Yeah. So look, this is not just a white collar boxing night. We've got Alfie Bow performing, who's been on a tour with Michael Ball. He's world famous. He's probably arguably one of the best tenors in the world. I've got Peter Crouch, Paul Merson and Ray Parler doing a Q&A in a ring. 3 England internationals in a boxing ring doing a Q&A. It's never been done. We've got Martin Bayfield doing the auction, who is obviously probably arguably the best in the country. Obviously got a sporting history as well with British and Irish Lions. And we've also got 2 of the best DJs I've probably heard in my lifetime in Alex P and Brandon Block. So, look, it's going to be full of entertainment. There'll be some unbelievable people there on the night. Chantel Cameron's going to be there, beat Katie Taylor. We're hoping Michael Watson's going to be there. We are looking, obviously these guys are going to be here. George Groves is going to be in attendance. So there'll be quite a lot of the boxing fraternity there. And there will be a lot of ex-footballers there on the night as well. So the room will be full of great people, whether you're an ex-athlete or you're just someone from the general public. It's going to be a good night. But I've also, while I've got them in the room, so our official partner is Glencar. Obviously, without the support that they've given us from the start, in terms of helping this event take place, they completely buy into what I believe in terms of helping other people, raising money, and doing it through sport. So a massive thank you to Glencar for making this night possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, just give it up for me for Graham and all of your fighters who have been absolutely fantastic. Right then, just before we wrap up, we want a chance for you to do a photo shoot. So if the fighters, one by one, in terms of your cards, we'll start with you, Kessa. Unfortunately, you'll be on your own. But if you could come up to the middle here, and the photographers can get some pictures of you with Graham.
Oh, with me, yeah? Okay. Oh, yeah. Is this where we're going to do like the face-off, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
We just need to shift the tables down. Sorry, yeah.
Shall I say that the media will have a chance to... And just let the media know as well, there will be a chance to speak to all the fighters individually, so you'll get a chance to ask your question.
Thanks, Kevin.